It's 6:30 a.m. in Liverpool. Richard doesn't start work for another 3.5 hours, but he's already up and preparing to leave the house. He's one of more than 16 million people who commute by car.
I usually leave around 6:40. I leave that early to try and beat the traffic going over the Runcorn Bridge.
Richard's commute is 32 miles, and on a good run takes 50 minutes by car. But get the timing wrong, and it could take as much as 2 hours.
This is the queue for the Runcorn Bridge. It builds up pretty steadily from about 7 o'clock. I did read recently that 80,000 vehicles cross it a day, which is the same that go around Birmingham on the M6.
There are 29 million cars in the UK. That's over a third more than there were 20 years ago. And this bridge, like many other places around the country, has become a bottleneck. Richard works flexi-time, so he can leave early to miss most of the traffic. But getting up at 6 a.m. every day isn't ideal.
It's quite hard, particularly in winter when it's dark, and it also puts me on a different schedule to my wife because she works from pretty much 9 till 6 every day.
The traffic problem here could improve when a new 6-lane bridge opens in 2017. But it comes with a sting in the tail. It'll be a toll bridge.
That's going to have an effect on us financially. It's going to cost about £4 for a return crossing every day, which I don't currently have to pay.
There are more than 20 toll routes in the UK brought in to ease congestion. But these charges are usually unpopular with motorists.
We're just arriving at the office now. That's taken 55 minutes, so about 10 minutes longer than usual. But we've made it. That's the main thing.
Well, there's obviously no chance of a driverless car for our commuter Richard. He's agreed to try alternative ways of beating the jams. Now, millions of us use trains and buses every day. There are more rail fare rises on the way and gaps in service, so it's not a solution for everyone. But Richard is going to give it a go.
The train's on time, I can just see it arriving, so hopefully it won't be too long until we make our first stop into Liverpool.
Taking the train meant a 40-minute lie-in for Richard. But the route involves catching 3 trains. The second one to Bidston does have a distinct advantage, though.
The part of my normal commute that really sort of gets me down is the trip across the Mersey via the Runcorn Bridge. The train here gets me underneath the Mersey in less than 2 minutes.
And the final train to Harden is a half-hour journey. Then a 20-minute walk from the station gets him to the office at 9:30. Over 2 hours since he left home, and an hour and 20 minutes longer than his car commute.
We've only actually travelled around 30 miles today, so I suppose I could get to the centre of London in the time it's taken to get to North Wales.
In Liverpool, frustrated commuter Richard is already a keen cyclist, so he's opting for a bike and train combo for today's commute.
This morning I'm on the bike. I'm going to be cycling to work. The first part of the journey involves getting the train to Runcorn, just so we can get across the River Mersey.
There's no escaping crossing the River Mersey for Richard. It's 25 miles from Runcorn station to the office, and 5 miles in, it's not all freewheeling.
The traffic can be a little bit of a problem. Sometimes it's really busy and you're having to weave in and out of traffic. I've managed to plan my routes, so I'm largely on quiet roads. And later on in my journey I will be on a dedicated cycle path, so I'm really looking forward to that.
Just under 2 hours after leaving home, Richard arrives at work. Shorter than the 3 train option, but still more than double his car commute.
I find the main benefit of cycling is that you get to work and you really do feel energised. There's definitely no need for a coffee this morning. It's probably something I couldn't do every day. If the distance was less, then I'd definitely be doing it more often.
And one person who's not seeing the investment yet is Richard.
I am aware that they're making some changes which will improve the journey times of my commute. But until then, I feel I'm stuck with only one option, which is to use the car.